Well, hello again. I've got another puzzle here that I'm looking at. This one was sent in by Zombie Hunter, who I believe we've done another puzzle by Zombie Hunter just a couple weeks ago, in fact. And this one looks pretty interesting. It's called Parrow, or according to the Logic Masters Germany page, it could also be Parrow, I guess, like a pirate maybe, with a lot of extra digits. But that was too long to fit on the screen here, so I'm going with just the short version. Now, Zombie Hunter had included kind of a little bit of a story behind this puzzle. It had something to do with the fact that he'd served in the military, and this was sort of um, a puzzle in tribute to other people that had served and maybe that are still stuck overseas. And the reason I'm saying maybe and I'm not sure is because I read it when he sent this puzzle to me, and the Logic Masters Germany people have since asked him to remove all of that because I guess they felt like it was too political or something. I'm not really sure. But I know that it's intended to look like the 20th Expeditionary Bomber Squad patch. So you can see we've got, the lines around here are kind of the skull, and we've got the eye with the patch here. And then this is sort of the other little eye socket, I guess, and the nose. And I think this is supposed to be the sword underneath the skull there. So it's pretty cool how he got it to look like that. And I guess maybe Zombie Hunter will leave a comment below with any clarifications to anything I got wrong, or maybe some additional information about what's going on with the story behind this puzzle. So check out that if you want to know some more information. But otherwise, I'm going to look at the rules now and try this puzzle out myself. So the rules are normal Sudoku rules apply. Digits separated by an X sum to 10, like usual. We have purple Renban lines, so these lines contain consecutive digits, but not necessarily in consecutive order. You could do 1, 3, 2, for example. The white circles, now these are kind of like quadruples, but they're a little different. We're calling them oddruples, I guess. And it gives you the number of digits in the surrounding cells that are odd. So this 1 here means that one of these 4 cells is odd, and 2 of these 4 cells are odd. And then parity arrows. So normal arrows, kind of, where this circle is giving you the sum of the digits along the arrow, but it's giving you the sum of either all of the odd digits or all of the even digits. So I suppose you could have something like 1 and 3 and 2 and 4, and then this one would be, 6. Well, it's telling me that doesn't work because, we're going to have to turn off highlight conflicts, aren't we? Because these aren't normal arrows, so F puzzles isn't going to understand. But we could do this because the 6 is giving us the sum of all of the even digits along the arrow there, and not all of the digits. And that's all of the rules. So I'm going to give it a try now. Link in the description as usual, and we'll see how it goes. All right, reset the timer. Let's see. So I have a feeling because of the parity in the name and in the rules, we're going to be doing a lot of coloring odds and evens here. So let's see. Okay, so right, so an X, yeah. So for an X, we know that the 2 digits have to be the same parity. They're either both odd or both even. Because they sum to an even number, they have to be the same parity. And since 3, right, so this one right here, since in these 4 cells, 3 of them have to be odd. These can't both be even, so therefore they both have to be odd. Let's make odds yellow. But we don't know about this one yet, because this could be the one even or it could be the other odd. But we know these two are opposite parity. Same thing up here. These have to be odd because we know at least 3, or we know exactly 3 of them are odd. And so these 2 have to be odd. What about this arrow? So if these are the same, even and even, but you can't have, that couldn't be the, if these were even, there'd have to be another even over here, because otherwise they'd have to be the same digit, which is obviously impossible. So, actually, no. Okay, right. So think about it this way. If this is odd with a 3-cell arrow, in order to have an odd total, you need to have an odd number of odd digits on the arrow. Because you'd have to be summing the odds. The only way to get an odd total is to sum odd numbers, and there has to be an odd number of odd numbers. So, so the only way this could be odd is if all 4 of them are odd, because you would need all 3 of these to be odd. Now, you could have, theoretically, an odd and just one odd, and they could be the same digit, but since it's all in the same box, they can't be. So these would all 4 have to be odd if that one is odd. Is that possible? These 3 would have to be even. If these were all odd, these would all 3 have to be even, because you only have one odd in here. Seems like it... Right, but... well, either way, we know this is the bigger of the 2 digits, right? Because... Yeah, because this... Well... Is that necessarily true, though? It's not necessarily true, because this could, let's imagine you had 4 and 6. These could be 1 and 3, and you could be summing all the odd digits here. So they would all have to be odd for this to be odd. Otherwise, well, we know these 2 are the same. Okay, let's start with that much. We know those 2 are the same parity. Now, if they're both even, we need... But again, these could both be odd then, couldn't they? What about these 2? Do we know anything about these 2? Oh, no. We do... Okay. Yes. We do know what these are. These are odd. And the reason is because right over here, this oddruple needs 1 odd and 3 evens around it. And if we have 3 evens around here, there's only 1 even left in the box. And so we can't put 2 evens over here. So these are odd. And like we said, if this is odd, they all have to be odd, which then gives us our 1 odd digit for the oddruple. These are all even. And if this is even, that one's even, this is odd. Okay, there we go. Now, what does that tell us? So I know these sum to 10, and therefore these are also going to sum to 10, because 2, 4, 6, and 8 together sum to 20. Now, okay, so maybe we can do some math here, because we know these 3 have to sum to here. So this is the bigger one, and it has to be 7 or 9. This is 1 or 3. So if it's 7 and 3, these would have to sum to 4 then. So these would have to be... Oh, they'd have to be 1 and 3. If this was 7 and 3, these would have to be 1 and 3. So it has to be 9 and 1. These have to sum to 8, and it can't be 1, 7, so it has to be 3, 5. And since this is 3, 5, this one can't be 3, 7, so it has to be 1, 9. This has to be a 7. Oh, but this could be even, couldn't it? was going to say this is going to have to be 1, 9 also, but this could be even. Because these could be the same as those two. That would force that to be an odd. No, no, it can't be. These can't be even. Because up here, the 3 tells us there's 3 odds. We've already got 2. These are going to be an odd and an even. They're kind of a domino. Let's label, maybe we can make those blue. Blue is going to mean it's sort of an odd even domino where there's one of each, but we don't know which is which yet. But we know there's an even here, 2 evens here, that's 3. We can't have 2 more evens down here. These have to be odd. They have to be 1, 9 because they can't be 3, 7. You can't do 5 and 5, obviously. So I guess these are kind of another domino, the top and the bottom here. But I'm not going to label those because I think I'm just going to confuse myself if I do that. Right here, we know the same thing about this arrow as we did over here, where it has to be either all odd. If this is odd, they all have to be odd. But we don't have the X, so that's not as helpful, I don't think. What about this arrow here? What do we know? Oh, this one has to be odd because of the 3 here. Because we already got our even digit. This one has to be odd, actually, and that's kind of interesting. So we know there's 1 even digit around here. But since these 3 are consecutive digits, you can't have 3 odds and have them all be consecutive. So this is going to have to be 2 odds and an even. In some order, the even could be over here, in the middle, it could be anywhere. But one of those 3 is going to have to be even. So that makes this one an odd. Okay, and now, yeah, that's interesting. So we know there's 1 even and 2 odds in here, right? So we need 3 more evens in box 5. And they have to be in these cells. But we've already got 3 evens in row 6. There can only be 1 more even in row 6. So these 2 must be even. This must be another domino. And since that's a domino, we've got 3 evens. There's an even in there. These all have to be odd then. This could still be... Can't be 1, 9. If this was odd, it would have to be 3, 7. Seems like that's, I don't know, possible so far anyways, right? Oh, and we've got our 1 odd here. So these are all even, which means this is odd. And since this is even, this is even. Right, and so this is even, which means it's either summing the even digits, which could be just those 2 or all 3 of these. If it's summing the odd digits, we've got 3 odds right now, so this would have to be odd. Right, but we've already got a 7, so there's no way we could be summing the odd digits, because this would be, I mean, the minimums here, 7, 1, and 1. We're already at 9. And we'd have to have another one, so we can't get a single digit. So this has to be summing the even digits, which have to be at least 6. Because over here, I mean, 2 and 4 or 2 and 6. Can we have we could have 3 digits. If this was 2 and 4 and 2, it would sum to 8. So this could be even still up here. But there has to be a 2 in one of these. And we can't put an 8 in there. We could do 2 and 6 and get 8. We could do 2 and 4 and get 6, or we could do 2, 4, and 2 and get 8. I think all of those are possible, though. Okay. What else can we do? We don't know this yet, do we? No. What about here? So this is an even. So, oh, but we could have, could be two odds here making an even, couldn't it? This could be like 1-5 or 1-7 or 3-5. So where do we look next? I know there needs to be, oh, well, look, column 4. We've already got our 4 evens, so these all have to be odd. And that's our 1 odd digit, so these have to be even for our 1 oddruple. We've got our 2 odds there, so these are both even. Now there's 1 even in here. If it's down here, then these are both going to be even. We know at least one of these two is even, but they could both be. If this is odd, it's 3, 7. Oh, right. So, well, I don't know what that does for us, but where can 1 go in box 4? It can't be up here because we got the 1. It can't be on the X because it would have to have a 9. And it can't be here because this has to be the sum, and theoretically you could have this be a 1 and just have like a 1 up here, right? And have that be the only odd, but we've already got another odd, so it can't be, you can't sum 2 odds and get a 1, and you definitely can't sum evens and get a 1. So the 1 can't be on any of these. The 1 is down here, which means the 1 is in here. If it's there, then we have to have 1, 2, and 3. Which seems possible. Ah, oh, we do. Okay, right. Look right here. These 4, these 3 are in box 5, right? Obviously. So the 4th one in box 5 is somewhere on the Renban line here, but it has to be the same as this one. So it has to be a 2 or a 4. And so that's going to limit what we can put on here, because 4, so the biggest we can put on here for the odds is a 5, because we've got to have 1, 2, 3, or 3, 4, 5. So these have to be 2, 3, or 3, 4, 5. Okay, so right. I'm going to delete that for a second. So think about it this way. If it's 1, 2, 3, the 1 has to be down here. 2 and 3 are up here, right? So if it's 1, 2, 3, the even is in row 4 here. If it's 3, 4, 5, you can't put a 4 down here because you'd have 3, 5, which would break that. So again, the even would have to be up here. So this is odd. And so this could be 2, 3, yeah, or 3, 4, or 4, 5. This could be a 1, 3, or 5. And so now, right, and there's definitely a 3 on here, right? Yes. So there's definitely a 3 on here. It's either 1, 2, 3, or 3, 4, 5. There's a 3 here. There's a 3 here. In box 4, the 3 must be in row 6. Because we've already got the 3 in rows 4 and 5 twice. So it has to be down here. This cannot be 1, 9 or 3, 7. This must be even. So it's a 2, 8, or 4, 6. even. This is even. Right, we've got even. So there's 1 in here, 2, 3. This is another domino, which gives us our 4th even. So this is an odd. Ah, now that's interesting. If that's odd, the only way to have an odd total on an arrow is to have an odd number of odd digits on the arrow. And we've got 2 odds already. So this is going to be another domino. Let's make that one pink just for clarity's sake. So this is another domino up here. This cannot be odd. Right, same thing. Like we said, if this is odd, we need 3 odd digits on the arrow. So this has to be an even, because we've already got 1 even here, so we can't have 3 odd digits. So we've got 3, which gives us all of our evens for column 5. These are all odd. This is not 2 or 4. That makes this the odd digit. Clear that up a little bit. So it's either 1, 2, 3, yeah, or it's 3, 4, and 5. But we've got 3 and 5. 1, 7. So there's a 9 over here. This is a 9 and an even. We don't know which one yet. But there's a 9 over there. This is 6, 8. So this, right, if this is even, oh, we could have 2 odds here, couldn't we? Could we have 2 odds here? So this would have to be, it couldn't be 1 and 3, because you need either a 1 or a 3 on the X down here. So it couldn't be 1 and 3 to get 4. So you'd have to have 6 or 8. 1, 5. This would be 3. No, you couldn't do 1 and 5, because this would be 3. And now you don't have a 1 or a 3 for the X again. So this couldn't be 1, 5. Could it be 1, 7? No, well, we can't do 1 and 7, because again, 3, 7, or 1, 9 here. You need a 1 or a 7 on there. Could it be 3, 5? No, 3, 5, 1. Again, you don't have a 3 or a 1. So these cannot be 2 odds. They must be another domino, which makes this one an odd and this one an even. Now, this is 6, 8, 6, 8. So these are 2 and 4. And since we know this is a sum of 2 even digits, and it can't be 2 and 4, it has to be 2 and 6, making this 8, this 6. 6 means these are going to have to be 2 and 4. And this is then going to have to be an odd, because we're summing all the evens, so we can't have another even. So this has to be odd, which makes that one even. There's a 6 in here. And this has to be 2 and 4. Oh, and it had to be 4 anyways because of the 2 there, I guess. But 2, 4. So this is 6 or 8 then. I should probably color those in, shouldn't I? Okay, so 6. So this could be 2, 4, but this could also be 1, 5, couldn't it? Okay, well, we know this is either 2, 8 or 4, 6. And so the other 2 also have to be 2, 8 or 4, 6. So this is an 8 or a 6 to go with that, which is going to be the same as this one, which is then going to be somewhere up there, yeah. Okay, right, down here, we've got to have, these both have to be evens. And we've already got a 6, so these have to be 2, 4, 8, yeah. So there's an 8 there, 2, 4, yep. 6, 8. Oh, this does have to be 2 or 4, because we've already got our 6, 8 pair over here, which makes this a 6, 8. But we still don't know for sure that this could be 1 and 5 still, I think. Maybe. These are 1, 3, 5, and 7. This can't be 1. It can't be 3 because you'd have to have 1, 1, and 1, and you'd end up with 2 1s in a box and 2 1s in a row. So this is 5 or 7. So this has to be a 1. There's no way this can be 9 and add other digits to sum to 5 or 7. So it's a 1. So these sum either to 4 or 6. If it's 4, then it's 1, 3 like that. If it's 6, then it's got to be 1, 5. So yeah, this has to be a 1 either way. This is not a 1. Very nice. These become... And we have a 3, 5 pair, which gives us a 7. Oh, 7 there. A 1 there. And now that we know it's 7, there's 2. We need 5 more. 5, 5. This is 3 or 5. We need a 5 down here somewhere, but it's not necessarily there. 1, 5. These are 3, 7, and 9. This one can't be 9. There's a 6 with a 3, 7. Oh, the 1, 9 here tells us that these are 3 and 7, which gives us a 5 and a 3. These now have to be 6 and 9, right, which we know the order of because of the 9 over here. So this is the even, that's the odd. Now this is not a 9. We have a 3, 7 pair. These are 1 and 9 down here. These are 3, 5. This is not a 3. Right, so this is a 5, 7 pair. This is a 9. Oh, this has to be a 7 because of the 3 there. 7, 3. These are 1, 3, and 5. That one's not a 5. One, 3, and 5. Yep, there's a 9 with an even up there. Now, what about... This is 2, 4, or 8. Oh, this has to be a 2. Just normal Sudoku here. 2, 2, 2, because we know this is an odd. This is a 2, so it's even. So this is 4, 6, or 8. 2, 6, 8, 6, 8. We need a 4. It could be there or down here, I guess. Oh, 2, 6, 8. This one has to be a 4. So that's not a 4. So this is 2 or 8. Okay. And so this Renban line here. So, well, we know a couple of things, I guess. So it's either a 1 with a 2 or a 9 with an 8, right? Because there's no way you could have 9 and 2 or 1 and 8. It's a 5-cell Renban. So 1, 2, this could be 3 or 5. 9, 8, so this could be 5. But this can't be a 1. It's a 3 or a 5. 1, 2, and we have to have another even. At least one even, right? Could we have more than one even? No, because it's either 1, 2. If this is a 1, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If this is a 9, it's 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. So one of these two is an even. And either way, it's going to be the last even in the row or the last even in the column. This is 2, 6, or 8. Okay, so if it's this one, it would have to be... Yeah, okay, right. So if it's 9, 8, then we'd have to have a 6 here. If it's 1, 2, then we'd have to have a 4. But if this is a 2, there's a 4 there. And now you've got 4s here and here. Neither one of these can be a 4. So it can't be 1, 2. It's got to be 9, 8. 6 has to be here. That gives us all of our evens in column 3. Those are all odd. This is 9, 8. So these are, this is 5, this is 7. It's also odd. 2, 4, 8, 6. This has to be a 2, which gives us a 4 there, and a 2, and a 4, and a 4, and a 6, and an 8, and a 2. Now we're getting all kinds of stuff. This one can't be 8. Ah, the 6 down there gives us the 8 there. There has to be a 6 up here, so this has to be 4. Because in row 1, the only place to put a 6 is in one of these two cells. And, right, and we've got, we need to have one, these two need to be opposite parity here, because we've got one odd, we need one more odd, one of these two. This one can't be, this sees 2, 4, 6, and 8, so this has to be odd, which makes this one even. Oh, sorry, has to be a 6. This is odd. It's a 3, 5, or 7. That one's a 3 or 7. Oh, but it can't be a 5. So now we have a 3, 7 pair, making this a 9. This is 1, 3, or 7. It can't be 1, so it's 3, 7. Oh, we've already got all our odds in row 2. So these are even. They have to be 6 and 8. These are odd. 1, 3, and 7. And they definitely include a 1. Oh, 1, 3, 7 pair. This makes the, or a triple. 5. We also had a 3, 7 pair over here. That's a 5. The 7 down below gives us 3 and 7 and 3 and 7 and 3. These are 1, 7 pair. This now has to be even. It has to be a 6. We need a 4. This is another domino down here. 7. This is 5 or 9. It sees a 1, a 7, and a 3. Oh, and it can't be a 9 because of the 1, 9 pair there. This is a 5. So these are 3 and 4. And these are 2, 7, and 8. This one can't be 8 or 7, so it's a 2, which is even. And now we've got another domino here. Let's color that one that way. 6. Oh, the 9 here. Should have had that a while ago. 1 and 9. That leaves 1 in the row, which is odd. Gives us the 3 there. That's a 1 because of the 3 and the 5. This is 5 down here, which is odd and gives us the 7 and the 5. And that 7 is going to give us 8 and 7. So now we know the parity of those. The 8 can't be there. This is 1. 1, 7, 5. 2, 3, 4, and 9. 2, 3, 4, 8. Oh, the 8. The 8 in row 8 has to be there. And this is a 2. The 4 up here. Should have had that a long time ago. The 3 here gives us 5 and 3. So what's left? This is 6, 8. Oh. Nope. 6, 8, and 9, if I use the right buttons. So, oh, this X. Since we got the 2 here, this has to be 4, 6. It can't be 2, 8, which gives us 8 and 6. That's an 8, 9 pair there. The 1 here gives us 7 and 1. And now we need 9 down here. Okay, so these are 3, 4, and 9. This one can't be 3. These are 2, 3, and 4. This one can't be 2. So, okay, so are we going to have to use this? I'm just wondering if there's anything I haven't used besides this one long arrow. It's probably something. Oh, we have a 3, 4 pair. Well, okay. I guess we don't have to worry about figuring out the parity. Okay, so this is good. For a second, I was worried there because I was like, oh, 2 on the sum with a long arrow. But if this is the only even, this 2, then it works because we're just summing the evens, and it's the only even. That's kind of cool. And 4, let's color those. This is now 6 and 4. This is gonna be 8 and 6. So this is gonna be odd and even, and it's a 9 and an 8. And oh, and our timer doesn't turn green because it doesn't understand the arrow rules, but I'm pretty confident that is the solution to Parrow by Zombie Hunter. That was a fun puzzle. I've never seen arrows where it only sums the odds or the evens, and I've definitely never seen this oddruple thing before. That was kind of interesting how it just told us, instead of what digits were there, it told us how many odds there were, and by telling us how many odds, it's also telling us how many evens actually. So you could just as easily do, I guess, an even ruple, and it would be the same thing. You know, this 1 here, 1 odd means there's 3 evens. So, but yeah, that was cool. That was a lot of fun. And it was really neat how you made all the constraints form the shape of the patch. That was really cool. I enjoyed that. Hopefully, I'm sure Zombie Hunter will leave a comment down below with some more information, maybe correcting anything I got wrong, because like I said, I read what he had posted a while ago, and then they made him remove it. So he'll put it down below instead. Thanks for that puzzle. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know what you thought of this unique rule here with all the odds and doing the coloring with odds and evens, and if you thought that was kind of a fun puzzle or not. And I'll see you guys again soon with another puzzle. Thanks. Bye.